All right, and surprise, we're live. We didn't post it because we weren't. Our schedules are wild. Even though it's towards the end of the year, I feel like our schedules are just even more crazy, right? So didn't get the chance to post that we were going live today or what time because we weren't sure ourselves. And of course,
it was a moving target today. I'm not even wearing SFA gear because there just wasn't. And now one of my cats is meowing like he's dying. What?
No, for God's sakes, here we are.
Can you hear that?
Oh, I hear. Yeah. Is that Mac or who is that?
That's Dobby. I don't know what he's doing.
All right. Surprise. We live.
This one's right here. Per usual, he got up here about 2 seconds before we started.
Oh,
look at his little mean face.
Oh, wow. Scotty. You mean old.
Y'all, literally, this cat is the sweetest cat that I have. He is obsessed with me, but he just has the meanest looking little face, like resting.
He has resting bitch face. He has RBF like nobody's business. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Well, you know what, Jacqueline? Let's just go ahead and get started. Let's get her done.
Let's do that. Okay, so
hold on a sec. We gotta have the video. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
God.
I was just gonna jump right in.
You were, and I'm messing up because usually you put Jacqueline Noel part and you just put Jax tonight, so I'm like equally confused.
I did that last time.
You did? Oh, see, I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Okay. So
now we're ready. Now
we are ready. So first things first, tell us what you're drinking, Alex, today.
Okay. So no, I'm not cheating on Fredonia Brewery intentionally. This was actually a beer that my brother gave me because I'm sure I've mentioned this previously, but he works in Houston at a craft beer distribution company called Favorite Brands, or it's not really all just craft beer. It's just a alcohol beverage distribution company. Anyway. Okay. He works for Favorite Brands, and anytime I go see him in the Woodlands, he always has like a bunch of just random beer, things to try, things I've never had before. Anyway, so he had this beer. Oh, wait, I'm going to mess it up. There we go. There it is. Black Matter, and it's a coffee stout, and it's by Manhattan Project Beer in Dallas. Now, I've had Manhattan Project beers before, but this is the first time I've had Black Matter, which is, like I said, the coffee stout. It's 8.6% alcohol. So,
that's really good for a beer.
Side note, it pairs well with a warm fire, a ribeye, and ice cream. So you're welcome. You're welcome, world. Okay. Oh, God, we already have a comment. Here we are. Okay. Jose.
Hey, Jose.
Solo.
Very excited that we now have, I talked to him on Friday night whenever I was driving to NAC. I told him that we booked our hotel for NOLA.
We did book our hotel for NOLA. So, man, we're going to start off 2022 with like major trips. It's wild.
Yeah, with a bang.
Yeah.
We're excited to see you. Can't wait. And I'm super excited about the whole hotel because it just looks so neat.
Very ready. Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started.
Yeah, start off. Y'all know the last time you saw me, I was dragging ass, and I was still dragging ass a little bit on Saturday. Didn't feel sick at all from the booster, so that was nice. But I was definitely I tried not to overplay it in front of my dad because he reacts to every vaccine like whatever the worst response you can have. So I didn't want to psych him out to not want to get it, but I was still so tired on Saturday, so I was still dragging a little. But so we went to the game. We did have to exit a little early, after halftime.
We did
be at the brewery for the lighted parade, all that stuff. But we had the canines in flight at halftime, so we stayed and watched that. And
I'm glad we stayed for that. But here's the thing. And normally we never leave early.
Never ever.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna need everybody to come together and stop planning shit all on the same night and then the same weekend.
Because at the same time.
At the same time.
at least if we would have had like a 30-minute window in between when the game was done and when the parade started, even that could have been more manageable.
We still would have made it easily because it took us, I mean, from parking at Phil and Mitzi's house to walking, it took us maybe 10 minutes at the most.
Took us no time.
Barely any time whatsoever. And so I'm just like, man, I just wish we didn't have to leave early from the game. But in order to get to the lighted parade and like for me to do my job effectively at the brewery, I had to get there before the lighted parade started to like take videos and to take pictures and do all this stuff and post it. Anyway, so we had to leave the game early, which we never do. But we were playing Wiley College. I felt very comfortable leaving the game early. Yeah. Which it turned out to be right, but that's fine. That we'll talk more about in a minute. But anyway, we had a really good time at the lighted parade at the brewery. It was packed. It was wall to wall people, which is good for us. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you get my drift.
Definitely, probably the most people I've ever. I mean, maybe besides like July 4th, but there was a lot. There was probably more there Saturday night than July 4th. I feel like.
Probably. Usually, Brewberry Fest. Which is on Blueberry Fest weekend, Oktoberfest, and then parade night are like the three biggest nights at the brewery. But then on Friday night, we also had Big Dip after party, which was even more people, it felt like, actually, at the brewery too. But it wasn't. It just felt like there was just more people in line, I guess, but at the brewery, there was more people like meandering around. Anyway, we had a great band that Jacqueline booked, the Kid Icarus Project. They're a fantastic local East Texas band. I mean, when I say good, like these dudes jam. Like
they're so versatile. Like they literally play. I mean, they play a combination of everything. Like they are a crowd pleasing band because they play all sorts of covers of like classic rock, maybe a few country songs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Different. They did the same. Well, not the same because it was different. But my friend here in Tyler, PJ, we've watched Enact a few times, and he does like the really slow version of Baby Got Back where you can't really tell at first that's what it is. So they did like a hard rock version of Baby Got Back where you have to like listen for a few verses to be like, I think it's Baby Got Back.
Yeah, they're just really good. They just do all these really like funny transitions and things like that with different songs. Like they'll go from like a love song to like sexual healing to like,
Aladdin song or something.
To a whole new world or Aladdin. Exactly. So it's just, they're great. They're great. Also at the lighted parade watch party at the brewery, we ran into a former player.
One of our favorites. I was so excited. I was sitting at the bar, literally stuffing my face. I was so hungry.
You were.
And I look up, and like probably not my finest moment, but whatever. It is what it is. I look over, and here's our boy T Zib, and I'm like, oh my god, let me get up and give you a hug. So we caught up for a few minutes. Alex was out taking her, pictures and videos. So I was like, Alex, here, don't leave. And he was like, oh, I already talked to her. So yeah, we were really excited to get to bump into him. And he's doing well.
Yeah, he came out of left field. I was sitting there talking to a friend of mine who actually I hadn't seen in a while either from college. There was just a bunch of people in town this weekend. It was wild. And so anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine, and then out of my peripheral, I just see T Zivney. I'm like, oh crap! Hey, what are you doing? Like, and it was just, and it was just so busy and so packed. I wish we'd have had more time to sit down and chat with him and like get an updated picture with him, but. It was crazy, a crazy night. So, but it was really cool to run into him. We love running into former players, seeing how, like Jacqueline said, that they're doing well, that they're thriving. We love that. Glad that we saw him. Glad that he came over and said something. Otherwise, I probably would have just completely missed him.
Oh, listen, I was too focused on my food.
On your food. I know. Jacqueline was at the point where she was getting hangry on our walk over to the brewery. She goes, as soon as we get there, Alex, like, I gotta go get food. I gotta go. So she walked over to the barbecue house, like a block or two down the street and went and got barbecue and came back. I was like, I don't blame you. Go get your food, baby girl.
Had to get my brains fixed.
Yeah, I ordered a Reuben later on that night. I was good to go.
Yeah, then I forgot my damn leftovers, but oh well.
Oh my god, I know, and I forgot them too.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel bad, especially just because I feel bad like leaving trashed out.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, and the only reason why I forgot it and I left it is because I stayed for shift beers and got absolutely demolished on craft beer.
No, hold on. That's a good lead in. I'm gonna read what you said because it was very funny. Do you remember what my one-liner was during the game?
No, maybe it might spark as we're talking about the game, but you please tell everybody what the fuck I sent you that night.
So if we remember it later, we'll tell you, because I said something really funny during the game, and I was like, that'd be a great out of context T-shirt one-liner.
Oh, I know. Oh my God. And I know. We'll have to figure out what it was. But anyway, no, yeah. Tell everybody what I did and or what I said to you.
Yeah. So Sunday morning, Alex was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty." Well, this is why we didn't record yesterday. She's like, "I'm pretty blah. Like, drank a little too much last night. Whatever." I was like, "Well, you deserved a night out, so whatever." She was like, "But I got paid $30 to drink a pint of 8 different mixed beers. Worth it." That was her night.
That was my night. Yeah. This was obviously towards the end of the night, and we were cleaning up. Jack was cleaning up. He was like pouring all the little tiny, because when we do shifties, we grab a beer like this, and then we share it, whoever's there, with each other. So maybe like we're getting maybe like a small 1 ounce, 2 ounce pour of each beer. So it's not like we're all chugging multiple beers, right? So we probably had 12 beers between like 10 of us that were still there. Okay. So it wasn't like crazy, but towards the end of the night, we were all like winding down. There was a couple more pours left of beers. And so Jack just poured them all into one pint glass. I looked at that and I said, $10. At first, I didn't mean for me. I just said $10 to whoever can chug that. And then one dude put down a 20, and then another dude put down a 10. And I was like, well, I guess I'm in. Let's go. I said, I would have done that for $10. I got paid $30. I would have done that for $10 or less because it wasn't bad. I took one little sip and I was like, ooh, because you never know what you're going to get with like 8 different beers all mixed together. So I took a sip and I was like, all right, that's not horrible. So then I just chugged it. I said, screw it. $30 later, here we are.
You're racking up on the random things. That's nice. I mean, and you got a pleasant drink out of it. So
it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. I will say, though, that the next day I definitely regretted the fact that there was a jalapeno and pepper pickle beer in there. Not the best choice. It was not great.
I bet that gave some acid reflux for sure.
Oh, for sure. It was bad. I couldn't do it. Anyway, so I hope the 5 people that are listening to that really enjoyed that. Because I'm telling you right now. It was a night. It was a night. I have some really great videos. Remind me to show you videos later. Yeah, I mean, some sea shanties started playing. It was just a wild night. It was a night. It was a night, but it was fun. We had a good time. Okay, so couple important programming notes other than our wild Saturday night to talk actually about the game. So biggest one of the night was that Nigel, our boy Nigel, Nighthawk is what we refer to him as. He's the Nighthawk. He was back. He still had a little like thing on his hand. It was like a little like wrap or, he like wrapped it up and stuff, but he went into the game. First of all, he was dressed out. And we were just excited that he was dressed out. And then he went into the game in the first half and we're like, oh, holy shit. Okay. So that was great. That was fantastic. But then on the opposite end, Jalen was not dressed out and didn't you say he had like some sort of boot on his foot or something like that?
Yeah, he had a little boot on his foot. So I'm assuming because the reason that he redshirted last season was that he had like surgery on his foot or whatever.
Right.
So
yeah. Maybe
he's irritated it a little bit.
I hope it's just that and it's just an irritation and it's just precautionary. We'll have to report again at the next game and see what's happening on that end because I would hate for him to have to sit out again. Oh my God, that would stink. Okay, so again, if you weren't paying attention, we did play Wiley College. We've played them 9 times before. We've had 8 wins and 1 loss, which I don't even want to know what the 1 loss was. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't want to know because that's just embarrassing. One loss.
It was before we were born. It was in 1982 because we've been playing them since the first matchup was in 1975.
Okay.
We lost.
So I feel better about that.
Yeah, we lost in 1982 by 4 points. So.
Okay. Well, were we Division I at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, couldn't tell you.
All right, I need somebody to fact check that. Whoever's listening, fact check. Okay, so largest margin of victory was 86-49, and that was in 2011. And then the smallest, January of 2011, and then smallest margin of victory was 72-66 in November 2011. And that was the last time we had played them, was in November of 2011, before the Saturday night game. So we hadn't played them in a good little while, which is, they live. I guess you could say they live. They're from Marshall, which is just like an hour and 30 minutes maybe ish.
Yeah, it's like an hour, 15, hour and a half.
Yeah. North of us. So they're not too far away, which is nice. But again, they're an NAIA team. We have really no reason to play them a bunch unless we need a filler, which most of these games like this are filler. And according to Coach Carthel, here we go. I blame the 8.6%. According to Coach Keller's post-game, he was saying that the reason they played this game versus Wiley was to help Wiley out because I guess they needed some money, they needed some help monetarily, etc. And it was just one of those pay-to-play games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really, we were doing it to help them and being good neighbors, good East Texas friends. And so that was one of the reasons why we played them. Which is nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So, general game notes. Who started for us? Jacqueline Noel Parton.
Same starting lineup. Gavin, David, Rati, Calvin, Day. And so, like I said, I mean, I'm hoping that it is just like a little flare-up irritation with Jalen's foot because it would make sense because, he's the last few games he hasn't been starting. He hasn't been playing as much. And then we see him in the boot. So it seems to be maybe that was like a gradual flare up or irritation of like trying to rest him some and maybe it's just not good now and so
I
don't know.
That's
the hope, but
that's I'm hoping too. Like I said, we'll try and figure it out. We'll either ask the doc or we'll just straight up ask Jalen and be like, yo, what's going on, brother? What's the dill pickle? Yeah. Score, we did hit the trips for the first time this season, 100-76. And attendance was what, 1,400?
1431 is what I said.
Gotcha. Okay, moving straight into WAC standings. We have a little bit of a shift in the very, very top of the standings because we have, instead of California Baptist, we have Grand Canyon up at the top at 8-1. But that's just they've played one more game than California Baptist, so that is the main reason. California Baptist and Utah Valley at 7-1, and then Seattle U and us at 7-2. You got New Mexico State, Abilene Christian, Dixie State, UT Rio Grande, Chicago State, Sam Houston, Lamar, and Tarleton. Poor Tarleton, still just 1-7. Not doing the best. But Lamar did win their second game of the year, so happy for them.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. Just happy for them. It's the small things in life, and that's one of them. Oh, man. Speaking of Sean Kennedy, because his stat section's coming up next. Sean and his wife, Lisa, and Hunter, and his wife, Nikki, and Scooter, and his wife, which is her name is escaping me at the moment. They all came to the brewery after the game on Saturday and cashed in their private brewery tour and tasting certificate that Kennedy won during the HOCO auction. And let me tell you what, they had a time.
They looked like they were having fun. That is neat. I mean, definitely if y'all are like coming in just for maybe one game a season or something, that's a nice little special added thing that you could, reserve and plan to do.
Oh, for sure. Especially if you're coming in like for a afternoon game, you could easily do the game. And then as soon as the game's over, have it set up where it's a time where it's maybe like, an hour or so after the game's over. And then you just go over to the brewery and get, private tour, tasting, certain price for all of that put together. And I can, just DM me, DM the brewery. I run the brewery page, obviously. So we can schedule that for you, because you'll get private tour and tasting from the dude who brews it himself. So he'll tell you all you need to know about it. And he's just a hoot anyway. So yeah. Speaking of, make sure that you drink local beer, drink Fredonia beer. This is not local beer, but drink Points. Ooh boy. All right. Anyway.
Exclusively drink it, but definitely try it all out, because it's all worth it.
Completely. Yes. Okay. Hit it.
All right. So our stats were all looking really, really good. I'm just gonna say that now. But the overall, our field goal percentage was 61.5. Our 3-point was 42.9. Our free throw, so the first half, our free throw percentage was 100. We made 8 of 8. Second half, we only missed 2, so our overall free throw percentage was 87.5%. But I felt like I had to note that it was 100% the first half, because that was wild.
Absolutely.
Love to see it.
Love.
Points in the paint, right back up where we love to see it at 62.
Ooh. Yeah, baby.
Points off of turnovers, we had 31.
Mm-hmm.
Second chance points, we had 12. Fast break points, we had 28.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Bench points, we had 30. Total rebounds, we had 34. We had 14 offensive boards and 20 defensive boards. We had 16 fouls. They had 15, so about the same. Turnovers, we had 15, which is about middle of the road for where we'd like to be. They had 20 turnovers, 12 steals, and 6 blocks. So our game leader, y'all, and I'm going to go on a whole tangent on him, but my gosh, Day had a double-double with 28 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 blocks, 1 steal. This kid literally had, for almost all of the first half, yes, Dennis says always local beer.
Always local beer.
He had, for almost the whole first half, had almost as many points as the entire Wiley team.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Dennis, again, strong in the paint. We were just so good in the paint. I don't even say.
However, I'm going to say I feel like this game was almost pretty evenly, like the points in the paint were almost evenly split between like post moves and drives to the bucket.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, there were a few things in the paint that we're going to talk about that weren't the best, but for the majority of the game, 95% of the game, the paint was just where we lived. I feel like, which is where we normally are living, is in the paint. So that's fantastic. And oh my God, yeah, Day, holy crap.
Yeah, hold your hat for that, because we'll have more. But
yeah.
So some of our other leading scorers, the second leading scorer only had half as many points as Day. That's what wild of a game he had. Rati had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Not a shabby game at all. Really
not
awesome.
At all. Loved it.
Gavin had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. David and Nigel, on his first game back, both had 10 points. David had 1 rebound, 8 assists, and 2 steals. And Nigel had 1 rebound and 3 assists.
Oh, I mean, there was a couple, and we're going to roll right into the feats of strength. There was that one amazing assist, like, pass that David did behind the back that I about, like, literally crap my pants on.
Yes.
It was wild. Behind the back assist to Rati for the dunk. Oh.
Beautifully executed.
I mean, it looked like, that they drew that play up, and it was just, they shared one mind on that. It was wild.
It was so beautiful.
So beautiful. Yeah. Rati, Dennis. Yeah, exactly. Dennis Tool again. Rati. What a game. This is more, like we said last time, this is the Rati that we want to see. This is him. Stay.
Yeah, he really played so well. So I'll talk about him for a second since Dennis just said that. So, I mean, he was the entire game. He was 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, 100% from the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously from his stats that, Dennis says the roster rotation was solid. Very.
Agreed.
From his stats that I read y'all, I mean, he had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Like he was doing well on offense, defense, everything. Really, really amazing. But I'm gonna brag for like a minute or 2 or 3 on Day because
brag all you want because I'm gonna jump in too.
And like a few of these are things I said during the game to Alex, so I wanted to elaborate on them more here. But he just looked amazing, like dunks. He had third chance opportunities on his own rebounds where like he would miss in the paint, get it, put it back up, get fouled. It wouldn't go in. They wouldn't call it. He'd get it a third time and put it back up and score. He had great moves at the post, great blocks. Let me see how many blocks he had.
Day had 5 blocks.
Just all of it was amazing. And what I said to Alex during the game is I just personally love how coachable he is. And when you watch him, and this is the thing, this is why in just the last few games he has improved so much on, and I'm not saying that he needed to improve a lot, but here's the thing, like I watched him on Saturday, and even when, say, he would make a mistake and like there was a turnover and it was his fault, instead of immediately getting just frustrated and like, getting in his own head in the moment, like he would immediately look over at the bench for like whatever coaching he needed in that moment. And even when he knew he messed up or whatever. And the thing is, like what I feel like we see happen so often, and it's just hard. I know it is hard. But sometimes we get these freshmen or no, he's not a freshman, but that where it's like, I guess what they're expecting just doesn't jive with our program and then they don't stay. But the thing is, when I feel like the struggle is when you're looking at schools to go to, like you really have to look at the program and the coaching style and the style of play, what types of offenses they run, what type of defenses they run. Does that mesh with your playing style? And do you think that if it doesn't, that you can meld into that? Because no matter how good of a player you are, when you go to a school, they're not going to totally revamp the whole offense and defense just to suit your abilities. So whenever you come, for you to be as successful as you possibly can be, you have to be coachable and try to learn to play the style that program does so that you can be successful and the program can be successful. That's the only way it's going to work. And so if you can see that it's not your jam and that's not how you want to play, then, hopefully they realize that beforehand. But like you can just tell that he is 1000% buying in and being coachable on how our program is coached and ran and the playing style. And he is flourishing because he's being coachable. It's amazing.
I can't help but agree with you. You can just tell that he is, absorbing all of the information from our coaches, from the seniors. He's paying attention. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on at all times on that court. The fact that he has the awareness and the heads up play already at this age, I just cannot wait to see how he continues to improve and thrive in the program and what he will be looking like as a junior, as a senior. Like holy crap. You know what I mean? It's one of those holy crap moments that this dude has the potential to be our next like Thomas Walkup, Kevon Harris type guy. You know what I mean? Like big star, you build a program around kind of guy. Whew,
absolutely. And you made such a good
point. Heart beating, a little thicker question. Like, woo, boy. Yeah.
And you made such a good point on his age too, because it is tough. I understand it's tough. A lot of times, we get players that, especially when they're freshmen, they're straight out of high school and maybe they've been the star of their team and they're used to things being built around them. But when you come to play at college, everyone has that same story,
Absolutely. There's a reason you got recruited. You are probably the big, the big dude on campus at your school, in your high school. Well, we have a roster of 15 big dudes on campus. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of times they have this, idea in their head about what it's going to be like, and they don't actually know what it is going to be like until they're here and they're playing and they have a few games under their belt. And so you really kind of have to curb your expectations just a little bit. Not saying you have to, completely change who you are as a person to fit into a program. Like if it's not your jam, just like Jacqueline said, if it's not your jam, if it's not you as a then that's what the transfer portal is for. And have at it, more power to you. But people like Day, he's a dude. He's a dog. Another one of my dogs is definitely Trowel. He has the makings of being, again, just like with Day, like that guy, like that it guy. He has great defense. He has a good 3-ball. Not only does he have a good 3-ball, he just has a good shot. I think his movement and his flit. I mean, it's good. He can hit that ball from anywhere, that basket from anywhere, And so I really, really love Trell. I love how hard he works too, especially when he's on the court. He's just nonstop 24/7 when he's on that court. So we could talk for days about Day. We could talk days about Trell. It was amazing having Nigel back. Hopefully that'll let's see, how many minutes did he have? He had 17 minutes, which is actually a lot. It's a lot for your first game back. And so there was a few missteps and stuff, but again, it's his first game back. He's rusty, man. He hasn't played. So I'm just going to give him a few games.
Yeah, when I watched the second half through the ESPN app, the commentators were, saying even with the best of conditioning, like on the court play during a game is just so different. So it does take a minute to get in there. But he did get like a little jam going there for a while, and they were like, you can tell that his adrenaline was really pumping, and he's back in there. So he got some really good. Okay, so Dennis says Liberty, which is the team that we were playing on Saturday in the Fort Worth tournament, beat Mississippi State a week or so ago. Yeah, they're gonna be a tough opponent.
No, they will. Mm-hmm. Well, we knew that. We knew that when this game was scheduled that was going to be a difficult game. Like we just knew that going in. So
we will see. But
we need the purple in the stands, baby.
Yeah, we do. So hold on to that programming notes. We'll come back. But Nigel got some good quality ball handling time. He had some great off the dribble scoring. He had a nice 3-pointer. We made 2 3-pointers, 2 of 3. So not a shabby first game back at all.
For sure.
Okay, let's see. Jamel got some great assists. He got some playing time towards in the second half.
I mean, he had 10 minutes.
Yeah, he had some great defense, a great steal and pass to David for a dunk by Jonathan. So he didn't get the assist, but he started the chain of that play.
I mean, he was 2 for 2 from his free throws. He had he had a block. He had a couple assists. Yeah, so I mean, he was in there. He was making money moves for his 10 minutes in. So that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. Derek got a nice little bucket. Diego got a 3.
It doesn't show that he got a 3. It says he was 0 for 2.
I swear I put down he got it. Maybe it was like just a really deep shot that I thought should have been a 3. But
that's possible. That's you never know. Maybe his foot was on the line or something and they didn't call it. But
oh wait, hold on. Okay. Yeah. It must. Yeah. Never mind. But yeah, everyone on the team scored except for Nana. He was the only one who didn't score. And I mean, we've seen Nana put up some 3s. So
yeah, I'm not concerned about that. Yeah, he did have a really big block though. I do remember that. I do remember he had a pretty major block in there. So again, yeah. Hey, if you don't score in a game, you don't score in a game. I mean,
no, yeah.
On the other side of the court,
But but I'm so happy for all the other guys because a lot of the guys who don't get as much playing time got 6 minutes or more. So that
really
was
spread out a lot. You know what I mean? Really, really spread out the time, which was nice.
So whenever we went into the second half, the announcer said that David and Rati were both at 99 points for the season thus far.
Oh, wow.
So they both ended up hitting 100 points for the season so far in that game. So that was exciting.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Exciting little note. Okay, so one funny note I have to say, which I didn't notice this during the game. I don't know if you did. I didn't notice it until I was watching it back. But our band, like at least 2 times, whenever Wiley had the ball, they would start like counting down the shot clock really loudly, but like several seconds ahead of time.
Yes, I noticed that. Yes, I noticed that.
I think that the shot clock was about to run up, and at least twice it worked. And they like aired up a ball with like 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and the commentators were getting a really good laugh out of that it was working. So that was nice. And then this one's not funny; it's just a nice note. But one of the kids on their team like went down at one point. I mean, it didn't look like a horrible injury, but I mean, he went down and was kind of holding his knee and wasn't getting up, and the commentators were like, no one is coming to his assistance. Because I mean, to be fair, Wiley probably doesn't even have a trainer. Their coach didn't even really walk over. He was just kind of standing there. And so I'm blanking on his name right now, but our trainer like walked all the way down there and I'm blanking on his name.
I know it too because I know it, just not at the moment because that 8.6% is hitting me hard. So,
but anyhow, he walked all the way down there and helped him up and helped him to the bench and seemed to check on him. So I just thought that was very nice because I'm sure Wiley doesn't even have the budget for a trainer at all. I'm gonna just look it up because
they may have like a volunteer. I mean, if Angelina can have a trainer, Wiley College can have a trainer.
Well, if they didn't get up and come help their kid on the floor.
Well, it's true.
So maybe they have one that's at home games or something, but doesn't travel.
John commented on the post and said, "Damn, how about a heads up? Gonna have to watch the replay." Sorry, we already explained this, that our day is just wild and we didn't know when we were.
He was caught off guard with the last one too. So Jacoby,
it's okay. Oh, I will say John was at the game on Saturday. John Charterway, and it was actually at the brewery. I saw him. I ran into him, but he was literally just getting a beer and then going out and standing for the lighted parade. And I was like, wait, well, make sure you come back after the parade and come hang out with Jacqueline and I and just chit chat for a little bit. He goes, okay, I'll try and come back. I was like, okay, great. Never saw him again.
Yeah, I know. I saw him at the bar for a minute, but again, it was during my like shoveling down of my food. So I kind of just said hi, and then he said he'd find us, and then we didn't ever see him again. But our trainer's name is Jacoby Whitaker.
That's it. I honestly was gonna say something with a J, and then I was like, no, maybe that's not it. Maybe it's Colby. I was probably thinking of Cody.
Very close.
Okay.
I think we're ready for the few and far between grievances if you are done with your feats of strength.
Yeah, no, I think we covered it all. Although I do have one side question from Kat.
Okay, what is it?
At what point during the podcast do you begin cracking Liberty jokes?
I don't get it.
Okay, Kat, I'm gonna need you to explain that for Jacqueline, please. Didn't they at Liberty have like a bunch of like questionable things going on at their school?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, that's what the. Wait, hold on a sec.
They did. I missed that.
Is it Liberty University or okay? Hold on. One moment. They had a couple professors charged with alleged abduction and sexual assault of students. So there's that.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard plenty of cases of like.
I'm assuming that's the comment.
Like sexual misconduct, but never an abduction and sexual misconduct. Now that's some serious allegations there.
Oh no, I think it was legit. I don't know if it was allegations. Like it was all over. He was arrested. He was. I mean, there's his picture's on the freaking website.
Well, that's not good.
No. He looks like an absolute winner too. Hold on. Let's see. He was a professor. I don't even say what it says. He was 58 years old. So that just tells me a lot. Oh my God. He was a professor of American Sign Language.
There are so many.
There's a lot of comments I would like to make at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of want to show you what this man looks like real fast. An absolute winner.
Yeah, I would probably like cross the other side of the street if I saw him coming.
I mean, you know, but like, that's just who I would imagine being my professor of American Sign Language, to be fair. I don't know. Weird.
Very.
Yeah. Wild. He said, not as fun as making fun of Houston Baptist. We get it. We're gonna try and lay off HBU because they have enough issues.
There's just so much there. Oh wait, okay. I'm gonna say one more thing before we go to the airing of grievances because I just barely touched on it. But y'all, I need to look them up and find their like social media page so we can share it. But the Canines in Flight, I mean, they are just so fun to watch, and it's one of my. It's my favorite halftime thing for the whole year. Besides our like awesome dance team, but
right.
Y'all know how much I love animals and like rescue animals and stuff. And it's
no, I don't know. Remind us.
And it's this guy who they are rescue dogs that he trains to do all these crazy like frisbee tricks and stuff. And it's this year it was the same. I don't know how many years he uses the same dogs, but this year it was the same 2 dogs as last year when they did it. Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly what the first dog is breed-wise, but the second one...
It's a cattle dog.
Yeah, and the second one's like a mix between some kind of Australian cattle dog and a... Corgi.
Yeah.
And these dogs, y'all, like, first of all, they're just so well-trained, and I love it. But, like, what I love the most as an animal lover is you can see how much the dogs love doing it. Like,
they love it.
They're literally about to lose their mind to, like, get told that they get to go out on the court. Okay, so our friend Joey, referring back to the Liberty professor, says he looks like the mastermind behind whoever the evil X-Men are. I think that's a very apt description, Joseph. Yes.
Joey Steps with the spot-on bingo target of a description.
But yeah, these little dogs, I mean, like the whole time that one of them's doing their little routine, the other one is like barking nonstop because it's like, when is my turn? Me next. Like,
help. And it is really cute. It is really cute. I think one of the Corgis one is Cheyenne. Cayenne. Wow. Cayenne. And the other one was like Gizmo or something like that. Yeah. Super cute. Super cute dogs. Love it. Love to see it. Okay, moving on. Let's hit her. Let's hit him with a few grievances. Ready?
With the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it. You.
Hey, you. Hey, you over there.
And if you need a reminder, the name of our segments, the Feats of Strength and the Airing of Grievances, comes from Seinfeld, of course.
In case you aren't aware.
I have to reiterate that again, and now it's on Netflix because I had someone text me today who I told like forever ago that they needed to watch Seinfeld, and Snapchat me today and was like, "Okay, you were right. Seinfeld's really funny," and I'm like, "I told you. Welcome."
Wow,
you are welcome.
You are welcome. Okay, so grievances wise, like I said, there's not really a lot on my end, and not really a lot on Jacqueline's end, just a few things. You know, there's not a lot to pick apart when you win a game by 30 points against an NAIA team. But again, just because this is a Wiley College and they're an NAIA team and we scored 100 points, doesn't mean we didn't have a few flubs and a few missteps. There always are going to be a few things that they need to work on and you know, watch film over and improve upon. And that's just the nature of the game. That's the name of the game, babe. You know, there's no perfect game. Nobody's perfect. You're going to have a couple missteps, and that's just life. I mean, we all do. One of them that I noticed that was kind of egregious on our end, and Jacqueline wrote down a few others too, but there was one point during the Wiley College shooter had, shot the ball, as they do, and we had four SFA players under the basket, 4 white jerseys, and not a single some bitch got the rebound. All 4 of them missed it completely. What now?
Probably didn't block out either.
Well, no, there was no blocking out. There was nothing. And then the freaking Wiley, the one Wiley guy, got the rebound. I'm like, how? There were 4 of us under the basket. 4 big dudes.
If just one would have blocked out. Exactly.
And I was just like, that can't happen. That can't happen, man. I don't remember the 4 that were down there, but it was 4 dudes that should have gotten the darn rebound, okay? Doesn't matter. Should have gotten the rebound when there's 4 of you. I mean, literally, you had 4 opportunities and didn't get it. And then another note that another thing that I noticed was happened a few times, not a lot, but it happens actually pretty often during most of these games, is that we'll have a big score on one end of the court, maybe like a big dunk, a big 3, a really nice like alley-oop or some sort of backdoor cut, really good like boom, in your face score, shot, basket. And then we totally fall asleep on the transition back and then let the other team score. You know, you can't fall asleep on defense just because you get this badass shot or a badass slam dunk or, a double-handed slam whammy, pie slam a jamma on the other end doesn't mean that gives you the right to fall asleep on defense and transition and not get back and guard the basket. That happened a few times during the game. And it was just like, okay, guys. I mean, yeah, I know we're winning by 30 points, but still, like, you can't just these are the games that we need to really practice that stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a great point because, yeah, there was definitely a few times, at least 2 or 3 times in the first half that happened. And then it was like, yeah, you got major style points for that score, but then you come down here and let them just trade a bucket for a bucket, so it washes out. And
it really does. It kind of just negates that amazing slam dunk you just had.
And like you said, to your point, I mean, in games like this, yes, we know we're probably going to end up winning by 30, but these are the most important games to not get in the habit of being so elated with a great dunk or fast break or whatever that you just kind of let off the gas, because it's in those close games down the road that every little bucket matters. And if you make a really good bucket and then just kind of ease off the gas and let them go down there and exchange bucket for bucket, then we're going to get in these close games at the end where it's like, dang it, any of those few points that we let them score could have been the deciding factor. So you just don't want to get in that habit for sure. Let's see. I had a few small ones that I really pretty much only made notes of the ones that Keller was really upset about.
Yeah, because those are the ones that in this type of game are the ones that are going to matter the most. So yeah.
Each of these notes is one where like literally Keller immediately called a timeout and was like, "Not please." There's one time that we let them dunk off an inbounds. Keller did not like that at all. Immediately called the timeout. I think maybe it was after that. No. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we let them get their own rebound off of a free throw because neither of our dudes who were at the top of the lane blocked out the shooter. Shooter got his own rebound because neither of our dudes blocked him out. So just piss poor communication there on like who's going to block out the shooter. We just dropped the ball. And so Keller did a full rotation substitution. Like he was like, okay, the guys are not communicating, about to call him out and have a talk about it. put in 5 brand new guys. Then the new rotation immediately let them score and then steal the ball off of our inbounds to go to the other end. So I was just like, he literally just changed out all 5 of y'all because the first 5 weren't communicating, and then the next 5 in are like not on the same page either. So he was just like, I'm sure he was super not happy. There was another massive back door that Keller called a timeout on. He was not happy with that. So just communication breakdowns, and again, of course, obviously we beat them by 30, however many, but got to work on the little stuff.
For sure.
And then I have one small little referee complaint. They called a foul on Nigel, like that he fouled their shooter on a 3-pointer. But the thing is, literally right before the guy shot, he gave a huge forearm push off to Nigel to clear himself to shoot the 3, which is why Nigel overcompensated and fouled. So I was just like, really?
That's dumb. Yeah,
push off that he used to clear himself to get the shot that he got fouled on, whatever. And then this is a funny note. I don't know why I put it under grievances, but again, our boy Calvin, like we said, will errantly run out of bounds for balls, and literally almost was in the lap of our boy Russell over there. I was like, Russell almost got a lap dance for free from Calvin because
he didn't have to pay for it.
Literally almost landed right in his lap. It was great sight.
One other small little grievance I have, I just noticed on their statistics that freaking Wiley had 40 points in the paint.
That is quite a lot.
40 points in the paint is a lot. It's a lot. So another little thing.
In the lane.
Another little thing got to think on there. Okay, so moving on to game summary. What was your one word to summarize the game?
I hadn't even come up with one.
Honestly, I hadn't even come up with one either because how do you describe a game where we play that caliber of team and then beat them by 30 points? Like, what do you can't say that it was a complete, because we're playing an easy team. Like, I'm sorry. Can't be like, oh, that was the best game ever. Like, well, duh, it's expected.
My brain's still not functioning on all cylinders, so I don't know what the one word of this would be, but I was going to try to say something to the gist of evenly distributed, because like I said, almost everyone scored, everyone got some playing time, so I felt like it was a nice evenly distributed. Everyone kind of got a little chance out there.
I like that. Mine would probably have to be one word to describe the game. Day.
Man,
day.
My gosh, he is so much fun to watch. And such a sweet kid too.
He is a sweet kid. He is a sweet kid. I agree. Okay, so upcoming game preview. The next game is going to be on Saturday, December 11th versus Liberty University Flames in Fort Worth at the Hall of Fame Classic at Dickies Arena. So as a reminder, if you are wanting to go to the game, you're going to need to go to Ticketmaster and order your tickets through Ticketmaster. The section right behind our bench is going to be section 10, I believe it's 106, 105. We're sitting in 105. We're actually dragging a few of our friends along with us. So peace be with them as they're going to sit through a basketball game with us. Just throwing that out there. It's going to be quite a day. Talking a little bit about Liberty. I know earlier Dennis said that Liberty beat Mississippi State, but I think he meant Missouri because I was looking back through their schedule, and I'm not seeing Mississippi State anywhere, but I am seeing Missouri and that they did win against Missouri.
Okay.
And so a couple of their good wins, like I said, Missouri they beat. But that's really, I don't know who the heck Bethune-Cookman is. I'm assuming that's going to be a small school. Maryland Eastern Shore and Delaware State. Don't know much about either of those teams, so I've never heard of them in regards to big name mid majors or anything. So really the biggest win they have of the season, I would say, is that Missouri win. They lost to LSU. They've lost to Iona. They've lost to Manhattan. So it's looking like it's going to be a battle. It's going to be it says 7 o'clock on here, but I think it's at 6 o'clock our time. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle. I'm excited to go. I know Jacqueline is as well. Yeah. We actually got information today about the pregame party that's happening before, obviously, the game, hence why it's called pregame party. Shock, right? So the pregame party is actually going to be at Taco Heads in Fort Worth, which Taco Heads is like literally right across the street from Dickies Arena. And so if you're going or planning on going to the game, or even if you live in Dallas and you're like, I don't know if I want to go to the game, but I want to come hang out with alumni. So come on over to Taco Heads. So Taco Heads is at 1812 Montgomery Street in Fort Worth, Texas. And we'll be sitting over on the patio area. It's covered. It has heaters and fans. All ages are welcome. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be of drinking age to come. It'll be from 3 to 5 o'clock, like I said, at Taco Heads. So make sure that you come over and hang out with us prior to the game on Saturday in Fort Worth. We got a lot of alumni up in Dallas, Fort Worth area. I expect there to be a lot of purple in the stands. You don't have to spend a ton of money at this game. There's seats for all different price levels. So you don't have to, shove out or, hand out a bunch of money. You can spend, maybe $20-$30 on a ticket and be good to go, especially if you live in the Dallas area. So again, Taco Heads in Fort Worth from 3 to 5 on the patio. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And there may be a post-game thing. Haven't seen much for that yet. We've talked about it before at a brewery up in the Fort Worth area. That is pending. So just wait for that. Okay. Let's see. Anything else we need to mention? We're still planning on doing a Kansas pre-party as well at the Oriad, hopefully in the rooftop bar area. So if you're going to the Kansas game, same thing. We're staying at the Hotel Oriad there near Kansas is campus, right? And the pregame party, as of now, hopefully it's going to remain that way, will be up on the rooftop bar area up there at Oriad. So if you're planning on going, keep that in your calendar, keep that in your mind, back of your head. But definitely looking forward, making sure that you arrive a little bit earlier to the Liberty game in Fort Worth. Come over to Taco Heads, have a couple tacos, couple beers, and then go over to the game before 6 o'clock. So we're excited. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of people there. I know it's going to be hopefully a good game, a good matchup. So fingers crossed.
I've already seen that Matt Adkins and John Treadaway responded that they were going to the pregame event. So
yes.
I'm sure we'll see y'all there.
Excited for that for sure. Again, don't forget, with the holidays coming up, make sure that you get your favorite lumberjack in your life a MyPlates. You can go to myplates.com/lumberjacks and choose a 1-year, 3-year, 5-year option for the lumberjack license plate. You can get a personalization plate or a background only plate. Just depends on what you want to spend. There's different options, different subscription years. So it just depends on what you want to do. And don't forget that SFA Athletics specifically gets money every time you purchase a plate. So it's an easy, fun way to support your favorite team, the Lumberjacks. Tired of seeing all those UT and A&M plates all over the place. So let's get some more purple out there. The vastly superior color of purple. Yeah. Perfect. All right, Jax, man, we got a lot coming up. We're going to be busy for the next couple weekends, going to basketball games here, going to basketball games in Texas, up in Fort Worth, and then the weekend after that, going to the Kansas game. Man, we are just busy bees, aren't we?
We are, but no basketball this week. No men's basketball games. Let me see. We may have a ladies game this week.
Yeah. So the next men's game, isn't until Saturday. So we get a little bit of a break, but there may be a girls' game. Yeah.
No, they don't play until Sunday against Gonzaga.
Oh, okay, ladies, let's go, girls. Fingers crossed there. Fingers crossed there. Oh my goodness.
So no NCAA basketball games this week at all. You can watch the guys on Saturday, and that game it said was on like the flowsports.com, whatever. If you're not there in person.
Yes, Flow Sports, yeah.
And then Sunday the ladies play Gonzaga, and it says it's going to be on the WCC network.
WCC.
Probably West Coast Conference.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know why, but in my head went directly to like WCW, like wrestling, or like, I don't even know what it went to. That was weird. Had a brain fart. Absolutely. Oh God. What are we getting tagged in now?
So yeah, it's going to be a slow week. Catfin says it's like we run a pop-up shop. Never know when and where their podcast will show up. I mean, and listen, we have a little idea like on the back burner there that we've talked about making a TikTok account and starting to try to do a few little TikTok videos. So if we did that, we really could just on the fly do any kind of content for you guys. Like,
that's scary.
Who knows? That might.
I don't think you guys want to see me doing TikTok dances. I really don't. I can do TikTok chugs of beer. How about that?
There are some nights that I sit on my couch and I just watch dance videos on TikTok for like an hour or two. Yeah. And I'm like, that's all I want to do in life. I want to be good enough.
I want to make millions doing TikTok dances.
Do these TikTok dances and be famous and make millions of dollars. Like, is that so much to ask?
No, I think it's a freaking very simple request. I would love that. That'd be fantastic. I wouldn't have to do absolutely anything. I could probably just wake up every morning, do like 2 videos, and then call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody out there who wants us to, I don't know, do some reading ads for your products, will easily wear your stuff. Well, within reason. If anybody has a hookup for bucket hats, give a girl a call because I got the best idea for bucket hats.
She loves a good bucket hat.
I love a good bucket hat. I do. My inner 90s child is just screaming to get out.
See, I've never worn a bucket hat in my entire life.
Well, you may start if I get these bucket hats done.
If you do, I will wear them out. I will wear it at least once. I can commit to that.
You could commit to one game. You could commit to one.
I don't really think they're my thing. I don't think they look so great.
You'd wear it one time just for me.
But I would wear it one time to match with you.
Okay, good. Yeah, that brings us up to the next thing. We have to figure out, we have a couple shirts that are matching. So we have a shirt for David from Schitt's Creek that we need to figure out what game we're going to wear, the Ew David shirts. And then we have the Coach Wade shirts that we all have that were made a few seasons back for Coach Wade when he was going through his cancer treatments. So we have a couple matching shirts that we need to figure out what games we're going to wear. And
so I guess we could wear the David shirts on whatever night is senior night because
that's what we did last time. We wore it on senior night, I think, because we were like, oh, he's done. He's a senior. But then, of course, he stayed for an extra year. So I was like, all right, well, shit. He's back. We could do it senior night, yeah.
I think I have to fact check myself on this, but I'm pretty sure Wade's birthday is like February something. So we could wear him around his birthday, maybe. Send him a little birthday pic.
Little birthday pic of us wearing Wade shirts. That works for me. Works for me. Man, whew, what a day. I'm ready to finish my grading and call it a day. Like, I'm almost to the point where, and I hope none of my bosses are listening, where I'm just going to give everybody fucking A's and just say everybody passed. Everybody passed. Screw it. Everybody passed. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
I do hate the grading. That was the worst part.
Oh, wait, we have a comment. Oh, it's just Dennis.
Birthday cake.
Yeah. Birthday cake. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I'm so happy that we were able to get on live for tonight. We kept it at right about, it's an hour and 4 minutes. So it's not super crazy. But yeah, we're excited for Saturday's game. Hopefully you can make it out. And if not, just Dennis. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant, Dennis. You're much more than that to me. You're DDT. You're DDT, man.
We love you, Dennis.
We do love you, Dennis. Oh, he said LOL. Dennis, are you going to the game on Saturday? Blink once, blink twice for yes. Come on, Dennis. We need an answer. Are you coming on Saturday? Oh God, I hate that I just said that. Are you? He said okay. That's not the. Oh, the answer is no. Okay.
Okay. Well.
Boo! Also, one last thing I want to pub and push is Matt Adkins is really, 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 really trying to get this alumni basketball game up and running. Hold on, let me pull it up real fast. It's all right, Dennis. You can make it up for us another day. Wait up. Hold a second. Texas Southern is whooping number 14 Florida in basketball. 69-49.
What?
What is
happening?
What is this? Okay, hold on. Let me pull up that. Where'd it go? Oh, for God's sakes. This is why we can't have nice things, guys. Lumberjack fans. Okay, here we go.
Oh, well, you're looking that up because I just saw an update that Rick is watching our video, and he had commented on something. I think I saw it this morning that he was right down from us at the game on Saturday, but I didn't see him. And
I didn't see him either. Oh, okay.
Didn't see you, Rick. Sorry. And
sorry, Rick. Sorry.
But
okay, so the January 22nd game, we're playing New Mexico. That is the SFA basketball alumni student section and hecklers reunion. So if you're listening and you used to, even if you weren't in the hecklers or in the student section and you just want to come back to a game and like go buck wild with us, go on to Twitter or go on to Facebook. It's on Facebook as well. And there are different events up there for either on Twitter or Facebook that you can go and register and get a $5 ticket.
But what page is it on Twitter and Facebook?
Okay, so for Twitter, it's on the Lumberjack Fans. So at Lumberjack Fans is on the Twitter where you can find the Facebook, where you can find the event page. And then for Facebook, one moment, please.
And we can share it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll share it. I just don't. I gotta.
Listening, they can look for it, but we can share the links also so that y'all can go do it. Because my question was, is he's doing shirts as part of it? Yeah,
the plan I think is to do shirts. Okay, so on basket, it just says an event by Matt Adkins. So you'll just have to go on Facebook and look up SFA basketball alumni student section and hecklers reunion game. So you'll just have to go to the search bar. We'll share it. We'll share it. Anyway, so we already have a bunch of people signed up for it. You just have to register for it. And then again, that's how you can get that $5 ticket price. There's a bunch of stuff that he's been adding to it. You'll get a tour of the new practice facility included with this. Let's see, what else did he just add? Let's see here. There may be we're going to definitely tailgate beforehand. He's looking into getting some Hotel Fredonia discounts, for booking. And then, of course, like I said, there will be tailgating and things like that prior to. So we're trying to make this a big thing. So make sure that if you're looking to come to a game at home, really, really try to come for that basketball game on the 22nd of January. We're playing New Mexico. It's a big game, people. Big game. Oh, God. I can't stand Cat fans. I think Cat fans is a bigger fan of us than, some people, like some SFA people. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I really do. Y'all, it's sad when your mortal enemy is one of your biggest fans. It's not sad. Let me rewind that.
It's
Wow.
ironic.
Ironic. See, I knew I could count on you for the big word. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette, ironic, don't you think? Yeah. All right. So hope everybody has a really great night, and we won't be talking or really seeing you guys again until after the Liberty game. We'll take some pictures and do some posts and maybe some live video at the Liberty game and during the pregame party. So make sure you're either, if you're not there, you're watching the PMA social medias on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we'll be having a good time, and you should be there too. Just saying. Just saying, you should. All right, everybody have a great night. Have a good Monday. Enjoy yourselves. And always remember to axe some jacks.
With Alex and Jax.